Hey y'all, it's me Kaylin with Kayscrochethaven. Today I will be showing you how to do the double crochet. In my opinion, it's easy, but I know I've said that about all of them. This was actually the first stitch I learned how to do was the double crochet. That's the first one. This right here belongs to a blanket that I'm making for myself. And I'm making squares of nothing but double crochet back and forth. It's been fun so far. Today we are going to be using a J hook because I have no idea where my I hook is. It's my favorite hook and I've lost it. I don't know. And as always, we begin with a slip knot. And I wanted to talk about tension. Most of the time whenever I start, let me set that aside for a second. Whenever I start these squares, to make my starting chain, I actually use a bigger hook because of my tension when I chain. I actually chain tighter than what I do whenever I crochet. And I don't know why. I haven't figured out how to fix it. But the way you control your tension is how you hold it. I've seen a lot of people that hold their somehow like that. I probably can't even show you. You know, they hold it like this or something. I can't even show y'all. Anyways, the way I hold it is, and there's some people that wrap it around their pinky as well. I can't do that either. I just hold it in my hand and over my finger. That's how I control my yarn. I meant to tell y'all in the first one. I had been meaning to tell y'all, but I kept forgetting. But anyways, when you're doing the double crochet, it requires a 2 chain for turning, but I don't do it except for on the foundation row. That's the only time I give it 2 extra stitches. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's right. Counting down is harder than counting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And there's 12. Alright, to begin, you start in the 4th chain from the hook, and this one on the hook does not count, so you start with 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, insert into the 4th one, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over. So you got 3 like you had on the half double, but when you yarn over, you only pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and go through 2. Just one second, I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. I didn't want to do that in y'all's ear. Yeah. I thought I wasn't going to make it to pause it though, so that it wouldn't be in your ear. Oh, okay. But that's your double crochet. You yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, and let me pause it one more time so I can get to the end of the row, and I'll show you how to start the next row. Alright, so I made it to the end of my row. There are multiple ways that you can begin rows. I always begin with a chain 1, and then I turn my work. And then I yarn over and I go through the first one. The other ways are a chain up of 2 and then yarn over and go into the first one, or to chain up 2 and skip the first one and go into the next one. I will show you the differences between all of these, or all of those. And I forgot. This is like my 100th time of doing this, because I kept forgetting to tell y'all to count to make sure you had 10 stitches. But like I said, in the last tutorial of the half double, it's easier to spot if you've missed a stitch with the bigger than it is with the single crochet. You won't get a triangle as often with the half double, the double, and triple, and the double, triple, and so forth, you know. But you should always count, just in case you've maybe, instead of going into the first, not into the first, but into the fourth on the chain row, maybe you went in through the third and you might have 11 instead of 10. But this one right here on the end always counts. That's the chain 2 that, well, actually it's a chain 3, because you go into the fourth. So that counts as 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But that's how you begin your next row when you're doing that. This is the way I do it. The other ways are more difficult in my opinion. Well, no, not really difficult. It looks different. The quality of your work looks different. It is better to do with 1 instead of 2, because I don't like going through chains, because it's harder to get into chains. So I always turn my work to the side, especially when I have to go through the chain part. That's one side of it. Oh, see, that's why I don't like going through. Come on, go in there. There we go. Alright, this is my way. I'll show you the chain 2 and then go into the same stitch. So we're going to chain 2, turn the work, and then turn around and go right into that very first stitch. Oh, hold on. It's time to pull some yarn. Or get me some slack. Whatever you want to call that. Let's see, here's this. Just slide in right there into that top of that stitch. Now, it's not much different here and here on that. But it looks bulkier on this side than it does on this side. Now the chain 2 and then skipping. See, they say that that counts as your first double. I don't like it because of how it looks. Plus, I don't like having to try and go through the chain, as I just stated in that one down there. It just makes it a little bulky right there with that one. Well, I guess too much bulky. Too much more bulky. Because I don't think bulkier is a word. I'll just stick with my chain 1 and go into the very first one. Let's get to the other end and I'll show you how it looks with this one done on the chain 2, skip, go into the next one. See, in my opinion, that would be where somebody would think that they're done because of how it looks. That might get you a triangle going. Excuse me. Let's see, it's hard to go through the chain stitches. And this is how I know that I chain tighter whenever my tension is tighter whenever I chain than it is when I crochet. Let's try it again. Oh, I'm having troubles. This is why I don't use the chain on the side. Come out of it. See the poof. And then here you have a slightly bigger gap than you do in the others. Well, that's just my opinion anyways. So that's what it looks like when you do the chain 2 and go into the same one, and then chain 2 and skip 1. I say don't don't do this and don't do that one. That's just my opinion, because see the edges on that? Well, I can't even use that as an example because I put a border around it. Here, I got this one. This is the one that I'm working on now. See, let me see how much neater the edges look, and now the holes look gapey. That's my opinion anyways. They don't look gapey. This is nice and even. Or that's what I think of anyways. Well, I hope you were able to follow along, and I hope I didn't bore you in between here to here while I was not talking and just crocheting. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to email me. If you, well, in my opinion, there's no stupid question. I was going to say, if you feel like your question is stupid, you can just email me. But you can comment. I will get back to you in the comments. Probably faster than I would an email. Anyways, y'all enjoy your night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.